What's up guys, this is Gerard, back to you with another tutorial video on taxation. So on this video, I'm going to give 5 important tax info for online sellers here in the Philippines. Now, I was inspired to make this video because of the issuance of Revenue Memorandum Circular No. 60-2020 obliges persons conducting business transactions through any forms of electronic media and notice to unregistered businesses. Now make sure to stay until the end of the video where I'll be giving to you a tax tip. Now, if you do a bit of research, this RMC isn't something new. Now, during the time of Commissioner Hinares, Revenue Memorandum Circular 55-2013 was actually issued, which reiterates taxpayer obligations in relation to online business transactions. Now, I'll link all the Revenue Memorandum Circulars I'll mention in the description below. Now, let's begin with the first one. Now, generally, there are 2 types of taxes that will be applicable. First one would be income taxes, and the second one would be percentage tax, which is a business tax. So income tax is a tax on a person's income, emoluments, profits arising from property, practice of profession, conduct of trade or business, or in the pertinent items of gross income specified in the tax code as amended, less the deductions, if any, authorized for such type of income by the code as amended or other special laws. Whereas percentage tax is a business tax imposed on persons, entities, or transactions specified under Section 116 to 127 of the tax code as amended and required under special laws. Now let's go to the second one, which is tax rates. Now for income tax purposes, online sellers could be pure business income earners or mixed income earners. Therefore, they will be taxed in 2 ways. First one, using the updated graduated income tax table. Second would be using 8% based on gross sales or gross receipts in excess of 250,000. Now conversely, for percentage tax, this is based on Section 116 of the tax code as amended, which pertains to non-VAT persons with an applicable tax rate of 3% based on quarterly gross sales or gross receipts. Number 3, tax options. Now for income tax, you have 2 options as I mentioned a while ago. You can either be taxed using the graduated income tax table or the 8% based on gross receipts or gross sales in excess of 250,000. But take note that you have to signify your intent on which tax rate will be applicable to you. Now, failure to signify your intent will result to the default, which is the graduated income tax table. Now, take note the choice is irrevocable for that taxable year, meaning you cannot shift from 8% to graduated income tax table during the taxable year. So the taxpayer signifies their choice when filing their first quarterly income tax return or percentage tax return. Or if the business just commenced, it will be in their initial quarter. Now for percentage tax purposes, if the taxpayer chose to be taxed using the updated graduated income tax table, they are also liable to file 3% percentage tax. Conversely, if they chose 8% on their gross receipts or gross sales, they are no longer required to file any percentage tax. Now let's go to the 4th tax info, which is when to file. So for income tax purposes, use BIR Form 1701Q, which is filed on a quarterly basis. So first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter. And for annual filing, use BIR Form 1701A, which is filed on April 15 on the succeeding year following the taxable year. Now for percentage tax, use BIR Form 2551Q, which is filed within 25 days at the end of the taxable quarter. So let's go to the last tax info, or number 5, which is registration. Now you can check out the annex of Revenue Memorandum Circulars number 60-2020 and number 57-2020. It is notable, based from the circulars I mentioned, the BIR isn't requiring any mayor's permit. Now for those individuals with no tax identification numbers or TIN, you can check out my guide about tax identification number. I'll link it down below. Now, based from the tax info I have given to you, you can now do simple tax planning for your online business. Lastly, my advice for online sellers is if you anticipate that your sales or gross receipts is within 250,000, choose to be taxed at 8% because you'll also be exempted in filing percentage tax. So at least the only thing that you will have to pay is the 500 pesos annual registration fee. So make sure to submit BIR Form 0605 and also prepare BIR Form 1906, which is the application of authority to print invoices and receipts. And that's it. So if you found this video very helpful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more tax videos to help you improve your skills and knowledge in taxation. And if you haven't yet already, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any tax tutorials. So this is Gerard. I'll see you on the next one.